Hi, Ed here from keywordspeopleuse.com, and I've got an exclusive time-limited offer for you. If you book a product demo with Keywords People Use, I'll give you a free 7-day trial of our standard plan, which allows you access to our new content optimization tool. This tool hooks into your Google Search Console data so we can find all the keywords you're ranking for and what pages are ranking. We then crawl your site content and use advanced machine learning techniques like embeddings and cosine similarity to find you content optimization opportunities that will quickly boost your impressions and clicks from Google. This new feature in Keywords People Use is already showing results for people using it. Don't miss out on the opportunity of a 7-day free trial. Just go to keywordspeopleuse.com/demo to book your slot. That's keywordspeopleuse.com/demo. You'll find the link in the show notes of this episode. Hello and welcome to SEO is Not That Hard. I'm your host, Edd Dawson, the founder of the SEO intelligence platform keywordspeopleuse.com, where we help you discover the questions people ask online and then how to optimize your content to build traffic and authority. I've been in SEO and online marketing for over 20 years, and I'm here to share the wealth of knowledge, hints and tips I've amassed over that time. Hi, welcome back to another episode of SEO is Not That Hard. It's me here, Edd Dawson, hosting as always. And today we're on to the final step of the growth framework, which is step 6, which is the hone and repeat part of the framework. Now, if you've not listened to the other 5 parts, I do encourage you to go and listen to them. This is all about the framework that is essentially what I've developed over the past 20 years of developing content online, basically. So this is how I create content for my sites and the process I go through and the tools that I use. Some tools that we've developed in Keywords People Use, others are free tools available from elsewhere or other paid tools. But it's basically just to sort of go through that entire process of how I do stuff. Now, obviously, this is something that's been built up over time. You know, some of the things when we started, like people also asked when available back in 2004. So this has actually, changed over time. But this is where I'm at now. This is what I've done. And it's because people say to me, like, what should I be doing? How should I be using Keywords People Use, or how should I be creating content? And this is really my attempt to get it down as a sort of a repeatable process that people can follow. And I'm developing this into, it's getting to almost book length at the moment, or short book length anyway. And, there's a link in the show notes where you can go to read this document as it's being produced. It's like a draft version at the moment. I think it's about 10,000 odd words in total. And I'm going to be going through this, and after I've done this first draft, I'll be then tightening it up, putting in examples, putting in screenshots, putting in lots more detail to sort of really flesh it out. But the first thing is just to get it done. And I've been doing this on the podcast every couple of weeks because it's an accountability metric for me. So if I say to you, I'm going to get this done and the next part out by a certain date, that means I'm going to do it and not just let it slide. So thanks for being my accountability partners on this. So I'm now going to sort of go into, read out, what I've written for this section, and let's see how it goes. So step 6, hone and repeat, building a sustainable SEO flywheel. SEO isn't a set it and forget it strategy. It's a continuous iterative process. Once you've gathered, optimized, watched and tuned your content, the journey isn't over. The hone and repeat phase is about iterating on everything you've done using the insights and data you collect to build a flywheel of ongoing improvement. This chapter explains why the process is never truly finished and how consistent refinement builds a self-reinforcing cycle, constantly grows your content's visibility, rankings and clicks. Why the process is not one and done. Ever-evolving landscapes, search engines and user behavior are in a state of constant flux. Algorithm updates, emerging trends and shifting audience needs mean that what works today might not work tomorrow. SEO demands continuous attention to remain competitive. Content staleness. Even well-optimized content can become outdated as new information emerges or as user intent evolves. Regular updates ensure that your content stays relevant and continues to answer the questions that drive organic traffic. Feedback loop. Every piece of data, from click-through rates to dwell time, provides feedback. This feedback reveals both successes and areas for improvement. Instead of a one-off project, SEO is an ongoing dialogue with your audience and search engines. Competitive pressure. Your competitors are also iterating and improving their content. To maintain and extend your advantage, you must continuously hone your strategy and update your pages to keep ahead. Building a flywheel through iteration. The concept of a flywheel in SEO refers to a self-reinforcing cycle where a continuous improvement drives better results, which in turn fuels further improvements. Cumulative gains. Each time you refine your content based on data insights, you make incremental gains. Improved content attracts more visitors, which leads to more engagement, more natural backlinks, and ultimately better rankings. This enhanced rankings bring even more traffic, creating a virtuous cycle. Scaling authority. Iteration builds topical authority over time. As you keep updating and expanding your content, search engines recognize your site as a comprehensive, up-to-date resource. This authority not only improves rankings, but also helps secure more organic links and social shares. Adaptive strategy. A continuous feedback loop allows you to quickly adapt to changes in the SEO landscape. By constantly testing and adjusting your strategy, you can react to algorithm updates and shifts in user behavior before they negatively impact your performance. Long-term resilience. The flywheel effect means that your site becomes more resilient over time. The more data you collect and the more improvements you implement, the stronger your foundation becomes. This makes it easier to weather changes and maintain growth in the long run. How iteration works in practice. Data-driven updates. Using tools like keywords people use, Search Analytics and Content Optimizer, Google Search Console and GA4 to monitor performance. Identify areas where your content isn't fully meeting user intent, then update it. For instance, if a page shows high impressions but low click-through rates, consider refining your page titles or adding missing key phrases. Content expansion. Look at your clusters from the refine phase and revisit them regularly. As new questions emerge and user behavior evolves, expand your content to cover these angles. This could mean adding new sections, updating statistics, or incorporating fresh media elements. A/B testing and experimentation. Experiment with different headlines, layouts, and calls to action. Monitor the impact of these changes using your analytics tools. Even small tweaks can significantly improve user engagement and conversions over time. Feedback integration. Listen to your audience through comments, surveys, social media interactions. Use their feedback to guide your content updates. Sometimes the best insights come directly from the people you're trying to help. Scheduled audits. Set regular intervals, monthly or quarterly, for a comprehensive content audit. Review all your high-performing and underperforming pages and adjust them based on the latest data and industry trends. Key tips for effective iteration. Document changes. Keep a log of updates that you make and their impact on performance. This historical record helps you understand what strategies work best and serve as a reference for future changes. Tip: keywords people use Content Optimizer will automate this process for you. Focus on quality, not quantity. While it's important to update content regularly, ensure that each update adds real value. Avoid making changes solely for the sake of it. Every tweak should have a clear purpose tied to improved user experience or SEO performance. Balance consistency with innovation. Maintain a consistent schedule of reviews and updates, but also be open to trying new approaches. The balance between routine maintenance and creative experimentation is key to long-term success. Stay informed. Keep up with industry trends, algorithm updates, and emerging best practice. This proactive approach allows you to anticipate changes and adjust your content strategy before competitors catch on. The key message of this step is to remember that SEO is never done. You have to work on continuous improvement. Bringing it all together. The hone and repeat phase is the engine that drives sustained growth. By embracing the fact that SEO is an ongoing process, you build a dynamic flywheel where continuous improvement reinforces itself. Every update, every test, and every piece of user feedback contributes to a stronger, more authoritative site. This iterative approach ensures that your content remains fresh and relevant, your user engagement deepens, and your search rankings steadily improve. It's not just about reaching a peak, it's about maintaining that peak and building upon it, turning your site into a long-term resource that consistently outperforms the competition. In the next section, we'll wrap up the growth framework, summarize the key takeaways, and provide guidance on how to implement the entire process in a sustainable, scalable way. Let's harness the power of iteration to create a flywheel that propels your SEO strategy to new heights. Summary: the growth framework in action. The growth framework isn't a one-off tactic. It's a holistic, iterative approach designed to build long-term, sustainable SEO success. Let's recap the journey. Gather. We start by mining a vast array of questions from various sources, Google People Also Ask, Autocomplete, Reddit, Quora, and more, using keywords people use. At this stage, the focus is on collecting as many queries as possible, storing them in keyword lists without filtering, ensuring no potential insight is lost. Refine. Next, we bring order to the data by clustering similar questions together. This step transforms raw data into clear themes, revealing user intent and establishing a roadmap for content creation. Clustering shows you the core topics that your audience cares about, setting the stage for targeted, comprehensive content. Optimize. With clusters in hand, we then create or update content to thoroughly answer these questions. Choosing the right medium, whether it's a detailed article, a video, or an infographic, is crucial. On-page best practices and a focus on user experience ensure our content not only ranks well, but also engages and converts visitors. Watch. Once content is live, monitoring its performance becomes key. By leveraging tools like Keywords People Use Search Analytics, Google Search Console, GA4 and Clicky, you track critical metrics, organic traffic, click-through rates, dwell time and bounce rate and more, and to understand how your content performs and where user engagement can be improved. Tune. The insights from monitoring feed directly into the tuning process. Using Keywords People uses Search Analytics and Google Content Optimizer tools, you compare your content with Google's data to identify opportunities for improvement. Whether it's integrating missing keywords, refining meta elements, or restructuring content, each adjustment is data-driven and targeted to boost visibility and rankings. Hone and repeat. The final phase is about iteration. SEO is a continuous process. Each update builds on the previous one, creating a flywheel effect. As you refine and expand your content over time, your site becomes a more authoritative resource, generating more organic traffic, deeper engagement, and improved search rankings. This self-reinforcing cycle ensures that your strategy adapts to changing trends and stays ahead of the competition. In summary, the growth framework provides a comprehensive, repeatable method for building and sustaining SEO success. By focusing on real user questions, continuously refining your content and iterating based on data insights, you transform your website into a dynamic resource that not only meets your audience's needs, but also thrives in the ever-evolving landscape of search. Remember, great SEO isn't built overnight, it's honed through consistent effort informed by real data and improved through continuous iteration. Embrace the journey, keep refining, and watch as your content's visibility, rankings, and engagement steadily grow. Let this framework be the roadmap to long-term organic growth, authority, and online success. So, that's the end of what I've added to the document over the past week or two. So this covers, the final part of the process, the hone and repeat part of the process, which is really just to reinforce to people that this is something that you have to revisit again and again and again. It's a circular process. And then obviously just like a final sort of little chapter just to sort of bring all the steps together and just reinforce what each step does and how they work with each other. So if you've got any feedback on that, I'd love to hear it. There's a link to the document in the show notes. We've really, this has taken a while and a lot of work to get here, but I'm pleased that I'm making progress on this, and having that accountability by saying when I'm going to do stuff has really, really helped. I wouldn't have done it. I don't think I would have done it otherwise. It's one of those things that I need to help me get stuff produced. So next up in the document framework that I'm working on is case studies and FAQs. So I'm now going to and look at those. So my next point to come back, so it's the 4th of March today. Sorry, the 4th of April. 4th of March was a month ago. So I will next come back on the 18th of April, where I will aim to have those case study and the FAQ sections done. If you've got any FAQs, any questions for the FAQ, then do get in touch with me. You can email me at ed@keywordspeopleuse.com, or there's other ways of getting in touch with me in the show notes. So thanks very much for that. I hope it's all proving useful. So until next time, remember, keep optimizing, stay curious, and remember, SEO is not that hard when you understand the basics. Thanks for listening. It means a lot to me. This is where I get to remind you where you can connect with me and my SEO tools and services. You can find links to all the links I mentioned here in the show notes. Just remember, with all these places where I use my name, the Ed is spelled with 2 Ds. You can find me on LinkedIn and Blue Sky. Just search for Edd Dawson on both. You can record a voice question to get answered on the podcast. The link is in the show notes. You can try our SEO intelligence platform, Keywords People Use, at keywordspeopleuse.com, where we can help you discover the questions and keywords people are asking online, cluster those questions and keywords into related groups so you know what content you need to build topical authority, and finally, connect your Google Search Console account for your sites so we can crawl and understand your actual content, find what keywords you rank for, and then help you optimize and continually refine your content with targeted, personalized advice to keep your traffic growing. If you're interested in learning more about me personally or looking for dedicated consulting advice, then visit www.edddawson.com. Bye for now, and see you in the next episode of SEO is Not That Hard.